I just don't want to.
No problem.
And go.
All right.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
I honestly think that I think that I hope they go blip. I think they weren't intended to go blip, and now they're definitely going to have to go blip because of all the stuff that's coming out.
Well, in light of all the things that we've seen this character survive in the previous movies, you know, I just don't see how they're just going to unceremoniously kill him off and make it and make audiences buy it.
He got blown up. He was next to a bomb. He got blown out of a building.
Right? That's
he survives Thanos' first attack. I mean, he's superhuman powers. He's super strong. He's able to handle all those things. The vibranium will absorb anything that happens to him. So I don't know what exactly could happen.
What could they? The only thing I could see them doing is them maybe like writing his real life illness in there, saying he died from cancer.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, he survived so many other crazy things in the previous movies. So I don't know.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It kind of feels like it's a lose-lose any way they explain his death.
But imagine that they talk about it. They can honor him saying that he's gone because of the blip. If they're doing all the time, the 5 years in between, they do same thing they did with Spider-Man. Spider-Man went back and blip, talked about that. They were Wakanda with that, and then all the ups and downs and how they had to find a new leader without killing him.
But then,
eventually they have to see.
How would you explain him returning in Endgame?
Stop the movie before. Stop the end of the movie before he returns.
Or
you can even end the movie with him returning, and then we all know what happens in Endgame. And that's it.
I think just a silhouette. I think like the blip happens and you start hearing birds like they did in Endgame, or not Endgame. It was you hear the birds coming back and there's like more people are starting to show up, and then there's just like a silhouette of like T'Challa, like just in the doorway, and then that's how the movie ends. Like
exactly,
it gives them so much more time, years to figure out
what the heck they want to do.
Yeah.
And you honor him as in like he's still there, as in he was our former king, but we need to go a new direction because we don't know when he's going to ever come back. But you're not killing him off. You're still saving that. So it just makes more sense that way.
Yeah. You're honoring him, but also during the time he's dead in the movie rather than killing him for a third time.
Yep. But he's not even dead in the movie. He's just gone.
Yeah. Well, he's dusted. So
he's just
exactly. I still refuse to call it the blip. Something about that just freaking.
It's so bad.
So
bad.
It's bad. That was makes it good. It's a terrible name.
It was just one of many Spider-Man Far From Home attempts to be funny and quirky.
Well, they're high school kids, and I think that's what was important about making it kind of quirky a little bit because they're high school kids. Everyone's quirky in high school.
I will not call it the blip. I will call it the snap. I will call it.
I'm a grown man.
It's so much cooler, man. It sounds cool.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a punchline.
No, every time I think the snap, I call what Tony did the snap.
Yeah,
Thanos did the blip, and what Tony did the snap.
Yeah, or even call it like the dusting or something. Like
it's too long.
Anything but the blip.
Hashtag blip.
Whoever came up with the blip can be kicked in the face.
Yeah. That was my only really big issue. Well, they didn't call it the blip until
Spider-Man,
right?
Yeah,
until after Endgame.
Yep.
Yeah, it was introduced in the next movie, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
So what was it called during the 5 years?
They didn't really have a name for it. Or at least they didn't introduce one. They would just say like
they're just gone.
Thanos,
just people saying they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because I know like when Steve Rogers was doing the round table meeting,
Mhm.
you know, like for the survivors. I'm trying to remember if they called it anything, right? I don't think
They
they did.
didn't. He just said we got to keep moving forward. Otherwise Thanos should have killed all of us. So there was never an official name for what happened.
Yeah. Later.
The Thor mess up. That's what it should be. I should have aimed for the head. Like, yeah, what the hell, dude? He came in such a badass. I mean, you remember what Thor did? He came in and killed everybody. He killed all the minions, all the little everyone else. He just lightning bolt killed everybody. Cold. You know, he should have won.
He wanted to see Thanos suffer first.
That was his problem.
Yeah,
not just regular Thanos. It's Thanos with 4 rings. I mean, four stones.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Just let it go. But well, we'll see what comes of it soon.
Yep.
Can't wait.
I'm sharing it everywhere, sharing the stream and stuff like that. So that's why I kill a little bit of time.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, look, Brian Waller like. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't wait to see what comes of all this stuff. Now, I made sure not to watch anyone talking about Thor. If anyone said Thor on my timeline, I muted them. I don't want to see nothing. I want to enjoy watching the movie first, and then I'll watch everything.
I'm avoiding everything. I'm avoiding reviews. I'm avoiding anything anyone says about it. I just want to go in fresh, not knowing anything.
Yep.
And just
I don't want to anticipate nothing.
Same.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have to go do a few things for work afterwards, I'll probably dress up.
I'm definitely
dress up.
I'm super that guy. I'll have yellow eyes, and I'm Heimdall.
I'm so pissed
I'll
off.
pull my hair back. I would do that so bad. See, if I did that, take you be Loki. We should super do this. We can make this happen.
Do Loki.
We could all be Loki technically. Whatever. I mean,
true.
Get a little alligator.
I didn't even stop to think about that.
That would be. What was that? The alligator. Do the old man, the original
Throg
comic book Throg.
Yeah.
So I know we're all gonna go see it tomorrow. We're gonna see Thor. I'm super excited. What's something that you kind of expect? So it's Taika. So I'm kind of expecting to see the frog Thor.
Yep.
So I don't know. That would be a funny little thing. I think that could happen. And tie in Loki.
Silly. It's going to be silly. I don't think we're going to see any Loki yet. I don't expect to see any Loki. That's the biggest thing. I think they're going to keep it into. I think he could be an after scene. After credit scene, some Loki. I don't want to know anything. If people saw it already, I don't want to see it.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to put Loki at all in this.
I'd be fine with it if he wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see kind of where Thor moves forward, at this point in his life with all the loss that he suffered, that sort of thing. I want to see kind of a very Thor-centric, without Loki, adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
But isn't that what's going to happen, though? I mean, what's going to happen then as soon as you find out that Loki's alive? So let's say he becomes Thor Odinson. He's the most powerful version of Thor.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to do everything. He has everything that his dad had. Odin had. He's all of it. He's Thor All-Father. He's all of them.
I really want to see Thor tap into Odin Force. I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
That would be really, really cool.
Oh, Derpy.
What's up, Derpy?
Every day we get closer, that's more and more closer we get to DK.
I don't know. He's going to be so sad, especially now that Baker Mayfield is not a Seattle Seahawk. And they're going to throw out there the competition between, what was the name? I know it's totally off subject, but
Darnold and
no, I'm talking about Seattle. They're going to have what? I can't think of who it is, but was it Lynch? And
no,
who's that their QB battle? Drew Lock, Geno Smith, and Jacob Eason.
Sorry. My Wonder Woman fell.
No.
Oh
yeah.
Maeve. It fell, like it landed on a piece of plastic, and because I have
it should have shattered and should have been destroyed, but yet somehow she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Is this a prelude to what we saw? Like, you shouldn't be alive. How? Somehow.
I know, right? Yeah. All right. I got it shared everywhere.
All right. You ready to talk about it? Couldn't wait a week.
I know. Hey, we'll play the full intro, and then we'll get going.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brian the Grizzly and Brandon the Brand Man. What is up, guys?
How's it going? We gotta add Brandon to that opening.
I know. I just saw it. I'm like, there's no,
yeah.
Got pictures now.
Yeah, we got pictures now, and I do apologize, everyone, about my lack of lighting. I am helping out my parents with some stuff over the weekend, and I'm in their back den area right now.
Tell them the truth. Yeah. Brandon is part vampire, guys. All right. The secrets need to be revealed. He's part vampire, and ultraviolet light burns him. So we didn't want to
Blade.
Yeah, he's actually half Blade. That's what's going on, and that's what's That's
see this Red Bull can here. This is I put my serum in here sometimes just to kind of throw people off. Try to maintain some sense of normalcy other than with under the guise of me just having a very busy work week.
Yeah.
Next time we see him, he's gonna have sunglasses on. He's a day walker. That's what it is.
I'm gonna be rocking the entire getup next time. The shades, the
trench coat.
That's gonna be great.
What are you talking?
The leather vest.
They get you the little.
This lower husky voice. Ooh, so exciting, isn't it?
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, so we decided to do a special kind of live episode today, because I don't think we can hold in our excitement for the season finale of The Boys.
No,
this one we're just talking Boys.
Yeah,
this couldn't. It cannot wait. I watched it last night when it first came out. It came out early, technically. And so I don't know. Would you guys watch it last night or this morning?
This morning.
This morning, before work over breakfast. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I watched it with my wife again too, about 4 hours ago. So
nice.
Yeah, like right when I was gearing up to come out here tonight, I rewatched it. I had to. I've been each episode, man, has been like a 2 or 3 time watch for me. Like I'm processing what I just watched. I'm like, I got to run that back.
Yeah, this one, holy crap! Because I know what on Wednesday we were saying like predictions and this and that, and you guys asked me, and I'm like, I don't know, because they can literally do anything, and they wind up doing like some stuff I didn't even think they were gonna do. You know, it brought up questions, it brought up issues that I never saw coming.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think it's another reason I've been so invested in this show and this season in particular. You just, you know, they throw some twist or curve in there that you just don't see coming.
But you said we talked about Ryan before.
We did.
We did talk about that. We said Soldier Boy and Homelander, and then we got, if they throw Ryan in there, what happens? You know, and Butcher, he's something else. He really is something else,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I don't want to go scene by scene, but the beginning part of it, that kind of set the tone, as in, for me at least, is like, okay, this is happening. I was like, why do I feel sorry for Homelander? You know, at one point you're like, oh, is he going to be a good dad? Like, is this going to be the changing point? Is this what's going to, like, Homelander's going to be a good guy? And
yeah,
you know, so
no, I never thought
and that's
Homelander
just the
would be a
first
good guy. No,
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, and you know, there were little glimmers of, you know, humanity throughout the episode, of Homelander in particular, which is crazy because we all know what a monster he is, you know, and how irredeemable he is. But they, you know, his interactions with Ryan to an extent, you know, his protection of Ryan, particularly in the last scene, you know, how he reacted. Yeah, how he reacted to Soldier Boy as his father. You know, I'm definitely not defending the dude because he's a total piece of crap. Let's be real about it.
He would definitely would. It would have been the three of them. He would have thought of them as the Holy Trinity, and they would have flown off into the sunset if Soldier Boy would have accepted him. So which I didn't know which way he was going to lean. Soldier Boy, I was like,
yeah, I was thinking, you know, at one point I thought he was going to actually team up with Homelander and just wreak havoc.
Everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he thinks of him as inferior. Him like putting him down and basically disowning his son. It was insane.
See, and I'm a little bit disappointed in Butcher. Not because he did anything wrong, because he didn't butcher the stuff. Like, Butcher should have been like, look, no, for all costs, I don't care. Let me tell Maeve, get Ryan out of here, and I'm going to destroy Homelander no matter what.
It's like he didn't try hard enough to get Ryan out of there. You know, he just kept
looking at him like, stop looking at him. What are you doing?
like come on, dude. Like, be a little more proactive at that. Or with that. I think you know, really interested to see where they go next with Butcher. And, you know, like I said, they even fleshed him out more throughout this season, particularly the previous episode, the relationship with his brother, that sort of thing.
Didn't get that much longer. We can't flush him out much more because he got much longer to go.
So we'll get into that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes you wonder where they're going to go with him in season 4, and if season 4 is going to be the last. Personally, I think season 4 might be a good kind of spot to stop, but we got some time until
Butcher has to become soup. That's just what it is.
I figure that's the only way.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to kind of start leaning in a little bit more into the comics, because in the comics, I didn't know this, and it's very different. In the comics, all the boys have a little bit of Compound V in them.
Compound V,
like as soon as Hughie became part of the boys, he's like, "Oh, first mission, shoots him with a needle," and he's like, "What the hell is that?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's Compound V, but it's not like full superhero, but it's what they say. It was like 20 times the human strength. No, it was full on. Like, they never had to redo it again. But it wasn't full on like ultimate power. It was like, oh, you're just 20 times stronger and faster, and you can heal. And so you're still super, but you're not uncontrollable like a Homelander. So I wonder if they're gonna do something like that, where like, hey, we found this thing, you know, where
Hughie's in the comic was not let him die. We know that.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hughie was going to look at him and says no. I'm not letting you die, and he's gonna get Starlight to team because for some reason Starlight just decides to just forgive him for no reason. I'm like, all this crap he's been doing all this time, and he's like, he looks at her like, I'm sorry, and she's like, all right, come on, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, he
He
pushed
was-
me
I
and
think
locked me in the bathroom, and she's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
here I come get you.
Yeah, Hughie's such a wet rag of a character, but he's an entertaining wet rag of a character to
Yeah.
watch.
His
sometimes.
superpower is having puppy dog eyes. He's like
Yeah.
he's like Puss in Boots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Please. It's just and then everyone's just like, oh, Hughie,
Yeah.
we can't
'Cause I
say
think
no to you.
he's so earnest about it all. You know, like when he apologizes, it's not like a fake apology. It's like it feels real every time because it is real, you know? Like he legit feels sorry for the shit he does. It's just at times he doesn't think about it ahead of time and he just like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. And then like later he's like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And that's been going on for 3 seasons now, but
Yeah,
I think that's
he
just
kinda,
who he is.
he acts out of impulse and kind of like his own kind of bleeding heart syndrome, I'd say.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I liked his arc, especially at the end where he had the choice, you know, does it take it?
I thought he
Or
was
does
going to
he do
take it.
I
And
did
the
too.
fact that he supported Starlight there,
Yes.
you're not gonna understand their
That was
relationship, you know, getting back together. I understand that now. But not at the beginning when he just effed up and he just calling you because he, you know, got stood up at the dance. He's like, you're my second choice. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, my date left me, so
You know, she punched me in the bathroom. Can you come pick me up, please? No. Just
But
Like,
he
you
said.
better, you better catch a bus.
Exactly.
Hey, I'll transfer you some money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Hey, Venmo you. You're good. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. Like he made her stronger, like because that kind of like seals the door on that because he's like, oh, he goes, I want to be the strong one. I want to help us. I want to be the one that saves you. And instead of kind of going more into that, it went into like I'm gonna lift you up even more and make you more powerful, more stronger. And I'm like, that makes sense for Hughie.
Yeah, he
You know?
put her on a pedestal, and by that, I'm going to put you up. I'm going to lift you up. You know,
Yeah.
but it was very Flash. I felt very Flash vibes for that. You know, like Iris and Flash, whatever. You know how she's his lightning rod and all that stuff. Like that's what Hughie could be for her. I'm going to be the power source for you. I'm going to make sure that you have everything you need in order to do it. And it was cool that she was flying. I was like, all right, Starlight.
That was super cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like when she like powered up.
I put all the power. But you're thinking the city of New York, she would be all powerful, right? Because there's so much power there,
Right?
Yeah, I was kind of expecting more out of that. I was kind of expecting her to go like Super Saiyan almost.
Exactly. Wait, it just you would think she already has that like at all times. Why is she afraid of Homelander with all that power going through that building?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I was a little disappointed. Black Noir, I just like really,
Really, you were disappointed at it?
man, because he died so stupidly. It was like,
I wasn't expecting it to happen, but
Mhm.
it's kind of it was kind of a it was what's the word? It was kind of an act of mercy for him to actually after all the things he's been through and looking at how Homelander treats everyone who is living and basically getting under their skin and making them do his dirty work. It was kind of an act of mercy. You know, it was better that than the alternative. And then him dying around and seeing his animated imaginary buddies. At least he died around his real friends. You know,
Jesus Christ is coming to get you. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
his
fine.
only
was
real
funny.
friends.
I'm like, really? Why does Black Noir get to go to heaven? I don't
Right?
understand.
Of all people. I thought the way he died, I mean the way he died was kind of like not ceremonious, I guess, but also I think that's what makes like something surprising. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. And holy shit, like,
Could you
but
imagine?
that's what
though?
makes it cooler, though.
I thought that he was gonna say Homelander, tell Homelander, Soldier Boy is not your real family. He's not your real father. I've been here for you.
Cool.
Yeah, Black Noir said that. Yeah.
Because he kind of set it up like, I'm better than you, because the whole time he's like, I see your face. And then the way all that shit, and he's like, I know when you're lying and this and that. I was like, damn, that was kind of cool. You know, it's like, even though he wore the mask, Homelander still knew like who he really was, kind of, because he could see through it, literally saw through it.
So, yeah, but I just thought that he would be a little bit tougher. You know, like, I could also see what's going on with Homelander. I'm not going to just let him just snatch my guts out. I'm going to. I mean, he's not the Deep who has no powers at all. You know, like he's still, you know, a badass, and he's been living through all these years, and somehow he didn't see it coming and didn't want to fight. I thought we were going to get a fight at least.
Yeah,
that's why I was disappointed. I didn't even get a fight. You know, he's Black Noir.
Do you think he's dead? Dead?
No. And,
okay. Yeah,
and you know why? I think Vought is going to slowly become. Edgar's still in the back, still pulling strings.
He's somewhere out there.
He's not going to let Black Noir die. He's going to put him in the back to tank. Everyone else is going to back to tank. So I'm just saying, he might as well put him in there too.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead either, or at least I hope not. I think there's kind of more potential, and there's something more that they can do with that character. So far, they've done pretty good. I think kind of retooling him from the comics and his backstory in the comics and what he actually is in the comics. I like the direction that they're going here a little bit more than that so far.
What if he does die, but they decide to clone him?
I was just thinking that.
That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking.
Do they start going more comic booky route? Obviously, he's not going to be a clone of Homelander, like in the
clone
comics.
of himself.
He could be a clone of himself. So there is
with added powers.
Yeah, so there is kind of wiggle room to do just that, and kind of, you know, if you're doing that, you're still honoring what you're still honoring the comic origin, the comic accuracy, while kind of retooling it and doing your own thing, because there's a lot of things.
Just go totally off the deep end and make him into Wolverine.
Give him a healing factor.
Like healing. Well, you already got Wolverine with Kimiko.
Yeah.
And we had a pop claw.
I'm saying you make his bones like metal and and start doing that.
Yeah, I can see them doing,
and then sick him on Homelander.
Yeah. Because right now there has to be something that could kill Homelander. Soldier Boy was the closest thing, where he actually got scared, but I mean, I think they're kind of done with that for a little while, and they're gonna find something else now.
Well, that's why I want to ask you. So, is Jensen Ackles only for that one season? Is he only one season?
I'm sure they'll bring him back at some point. You know, obviously the character's not dead; he's just in cryostasis. They basically Captain America'd him. They're gonna bring him back. It may not be this season. He may not be a primary part in season 4. Or maybe he will. I don't know, but I'm sure he'll be back. I have no doubt in my mind. I'm very, very comfy and stand firm in my belief that one way or another he will be back.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look up if there's anything about it, and I don't see any news about it. It's just rumors that he might, maybe not.
Battle Rifle says this season finale was a little underwhelming for me.
Really?
Well, I kind of agree. As I say, I think Black Noir should have fought Homelander. I loved what Maeve did. I love what she was able to fight Homelander and show that she has some power to her. She's Queen Maeve. She should have something more. Maeve, be scared.
Maeve is like the MVP in almost every climactic, scenario in each season.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm still very disappointed in Butcher. Like, you talking about, like, I mean, he should have fought Homelander and still tried to kill. Like, I feel like he should have did both. He should have still fought Homelander. He should have got Ryan out of there and fought Homelander. And it should have been a fight. And I know what's going to happen. In the end, him and Homelander are going to have a fight to the death. It's going to be scorched earth. But they've been talking about it all the time. It's like, you know, you can't. It's like Supernatural when you had Sam. We always got towards that. This is going to be this big battle. It's going to be this big battle. And then as soon as the battle's coming, it just the characters fall off. It's the same type of thing. Like, I was like, we'll have this big battle. We're going to have this big battle. And then it's like, oh, never mind. I'm going to fight somebody else. Like, why?
Butcher was very, very sidelined in the final battle. Because
he knocked down Ryan? Like, Ryan was getting with the super eyes. Yeah, he tackled him. You know, tell Ryan to go gone somewhere. And now we're going to he created another monster.
Yeah. And
he's not going to want to have anything to do with that monster. And Victoria is going to be, you know, she's going to be this villain that they're going to be chasing after, but you don't want to have anything to do with Homelander, who's going to run for president.
Mm-hmm. And
then, they're definitely setting that up.
We got little Brightburn 2.0 over here with Ryan.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. That was crazy. But yeah, I agree. I wish he would have. I don't know. They could have done something like, especially when all the group came back. It was like maybe tell Starlight, hey, go get him. I don't know. Maybe Kimiko, like, get out of here.
That's why I thought they're gonna have a woman's whole all women set up, like, to go get him.
We got him. Yeah, that's what he said. It felt like they kept Homelander's strength while simultaneously nerfing him. If it's only takes 2 soups to restrain him when they didn't. The 7.
Why didn't the 7 just team up and kick him ass?
A year ago.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But it was also, I think, when it took 2 of them, it was kind of a surprise attack.
It was a surprise attack, and
well, especially more on Butcher, because he thought, like, all right, I killed Butcher, now it's just me and Soldier Boy, and then it was like a surprise attack. You know, like 2 guys almost as strong as him beating him up.
Yeah, I think that Homelander's never had anyone really be his you know, in terms of his abilities, like his power wise, his equal or even superior, and you know, he's always been reliant on brute force and that sort of thing.
It was,
but Butcher and Soldier Boy legitimately had hands, whereas
yes.
Yeah, you know, they could fight, and Homelander was not as good as you know.
He would just flick a finger and somebody would die.
Yeah, but everyone was afraid of him, so he never had to battle. You know, the other ones have battled; they've had to fight. You know, and that's why I thought they'd been better to see a 3-way battle. You know, like we talked about last week, we said, or on Wednesday, say, hey, it should be Butcher, Soldier Boy, and Homelander. All 3 of them fighting, you know, and the others are trying to save everybody. You know, that's what I thought it should have been.
So but the same guy pulled a fatality on Black Noir, but he can't stop Butcher and Maeve in one go. Yeah, I mean, Black Noir doesn't have powers though. He
had to have some powers, right?
I mean, he was just like a ninja stealthy guy, right? I mean, that's what he was known for.
He was kind of the 7's answer to Batman, at least I always thought.
I thought Black Noir had to have some powers because he was around forever. Like he didn't age or something like that. Like he had to have something like
maybe, but it wasn't like super strength or anything like that.
I think he's able to regenerative healing.
I mean, you know what? That would make
ability.
Sense.
You know,
because he pulled that thing out of his wrist, the tracker, and act like it was no big deal. Yeah. So and they didn't show him bandaged up or anything. So I wonder
because he that's why I kept on saying the X-Men Wolverine thing. So instead you give him the metal claws, or give him not even at the claws, but just at least the bone density, you know, and make him basically unstoppable.
Yeah, did he have super strength in the comic? Well, in the comic book, it's very different. He was very different.
Yeah, but it's in the comic,
in the show,
poison and all that stuff. But I think he did have super strength.
I'm trying to remember what he
Yeah, I'm trying to remember an instance in the show.
Because I know he did like cool kills, but they were like kills with his knives and or gun or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, the heal, they never explain it, but it does that makes sense. You know, I would give him like super stealthy ninja Batman kind of vibes, but with murderous tendencies. But
He's not. As I said, he didn't age.
yeah,
So he had regenerative powers and super strength. I think I want to say we don't see a lot of battles with him, but I think that this is the time to show that. That is what we should have done. He did hold him down.
Yeah. Then they had the show he held Butcher and was tossing him around in that house before Gus called him off. Yeah,
that's
was
true.
That season
I completely forgot about that.
one. That's season 1.
Or
I
2.
remember. That's the thing that sucks is like, well, hopefully season 4. They already said what's his name? Carl Urban already said like they're gonna start filming like really soon. So hopefully we don't have to wait another like 2 years, a year and a half or whatever before another season. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you remember this? Forget. Do you remember what he did with the Starlight? Yeah.
What tables before Maeve fed him with tree nut candy.
Because remember,
man.
His only weakness was he has a tree nut allergy.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
That's his only weakness. That's what I'm saying. Like he has superpowers. He's like Maeve. He's really, except he heals faster. Yet somehow he couldn't fight Homelander, not even for a little bit. He's been a trained assassin and killer for all those years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but if you don't see it coming, what are you gonna do? Because I don't think he thought at all. Because he's like, we're gonna go kill Soldier Boy. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna team up. We're doing the badass thing again.
I'm not. And then you saw him holding them together and saying, I feel like everyone saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna reach to his heart. I thought he was gonna rip out his heart. They pulled out his guts. But once again, that's how he could still be alive, because if you get his guts back in and put him in back to tank.
Yeah. I mean, Wolverine was eaten by the Hulk and got put back together in his gut and escaped. So yeah. I mean, him just laying on the floor with his guts out doesn't mean he's dead.
Yeah.
So but the regenerative thing would make sense because in the flashback he got blown up. And you see him all like jacked up. So I wonder if like Edgar
even his face was sliced open.
Yeah, he was all
he heals. He's like Deadpool.
Or I mean, that could have been the point where he gave him some more Compound V or something. I don't know. But yeah, Soldier Boy was the ace in the hole because he did in fact suppress powers. Yeah. That was the whole thing, which was really, really cool that he had this like. They don't really explain it how he got it. It was just radioactive. That radioactive.
He's radioactive.
He could just
takes all your power away. But that's my point. So why was Babe looking at Ryan like, oh, I gotta get him away from Ryan? The only people that would have died would be Eminem, Mother's Milk, and Hughie. Everybody else would have lived. These would have been human.
They would have lost their powers.
Yeah.
Well, they were strong enough. Well, he killed a bunch of soups at Hero Gasm.
Yeah.
He blew them
like
up. They and stuff. Yeah, they blew up in the power. But then how did Maeve stay alive? Yes.
Yeah, because she's so powerful, or so like Wonder Woman powers type of shit. Yeah.
So I felt like. I feel like I feel dirty even talking bad about it because I think it was a really cool finale.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I feel like it could have done more.
Yeah. I mean, there's just those kind of tropes and thing.
The boys could do more. I don't think those words have ever been.
Yeah, like I remember when that soup dropped a train on Homelander head and he walked it off. Yeah. Yeah. Who was it? Was it Maeve? I forgot which one like whacked him with the train, like grabbed it and chucked it at him. That was season 1 too, I think.
So I mean, that's just I feel like she didn't even have to do that.
Yeah, jump out the window with Soldier Boy.
Yeah. It's more of a spectacle that allowed her to go ahead and
it was her out. Yeah, it was her out.
That was her out. Yeah. That was her out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But can you imagine a world where Homelander didn't have powers?
It would be so satisfying to see, just considering what a piece of shit he is.
But I think in this season he learned how to play the game, like the Stan Edgar game, kind of, stuff like that. And if they decide to go to politics, he could pretend to have powers because he never really has to show off his powers, like because he already done it in the past.
The greatest thing was when he blew up the dude's face in front of everyone. Everyone was like, ah! Especially that dude.
That Todd
yeah.
I freaking hate him.
Todd.
There's no to punch him harder.
Todd is the worst, and the fact
we make T-shirts that like Todd sucks.
Yeah,
we
hate Todd.
Yeah. Oh, he's the worst.
He's the worst. And then what is she gonna do? What's Marvin's daughter's name?
Janine.
Janine. So now that Janine knows all this stuff,
Todd deserves to get hit.
Do you think that Janine's gonna ever listen to Todd? Is Todd going to actually hit Janine, and then Mother's Milk was gonna go crazy?
They have to be done. I mean, there's no way. That was the issue I said last time. There's no way that the mom stays with Todd, especially after
they're married.
No way.
It's not like they were just dating and that was just their house. They're married, and she stayed through with M through a lot.
Yeah, but at least I think it was more justifiable with Mother.
It's because we like him. I mean, technically, Todd didn't do anything but just go to a rally of superheroes.
He went to a rally of superheroes and questioned questioned MM's parenting skills, which got him hit.
So does she stay with him?
Is saying lightly.
He's like, he's just like me. Yeah, I don't like this stuff either.
Mm-hmm. I could see her leaving, and it makes him go deeper down the rabbit hole. Because obviously this is playing much into real world events. In America, and he's from that group where it's never my fault, it's somebody else's fault, and then they just go deeper in the rabbit hole of echo chamber kind of stuff. So I think that could be a thing where it's like, oh yeah, this Starlight side is the reason why you left me. It's because you don't like what I believe in. You're too woke or whatever.
And then Todd becomes Butcher.
Like a shitty version of Butcher.
Yep, the opposite Butcher.
That would be the worst, but it would also fit the show.
Like the show, it totally ends in a happy ending, and then Todd becomes Butcher and kills everybody. He's the last one standing.
That would be so stupid. That would be funny.
And why couldn't instead of just using the temporary V, why couldn't they just get the real V and just take that instead?
Right. Yeah.
They obviously could get it. They gave it to Kamiko. Why couldn't they just give it to him? Mm-hmm. All right, Butcher, we gonna give him powers for real. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't trust Butcher with powers, but I'm just saying.
But I think that's what's gonna happen in the next season is he's either gonna die or become a soup, and it's going to be an issue for him because he doesn't like it. He even said, he goes, it makes me more me. So he doesn't like that, having that power. But also,
I think Hughie's going to give it to him. Instead of letting you die, you're going to get this V.
Yeah, you're gonna you're
very easily.
You're gonna permanently become the one thing you hate the most.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's a self-hater, and now he can go off into the sunset and go ahead and go scorched earth with Homelander and stand him tit for tat. Let's go for Ryan's safety. Mm-hmm. I want my son,
love.
For his love and his attention. This is what we're going to go do.
Yeah. Ryan's man, that little smile at the end.
Yeah. And then how the music kind of warped and kind of slowed a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which just
that
creeps me out in any context whenever music does that.
Yeah. Especially with a little kid, with the evil little look, and the music does that. You're like, oh, why? Oh yeah, that whole thing was I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But I'm trying to think of like a lot of the other like crazier stuff in it.
Well, we didn't talk about A-Train.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He had one part, and then that was kind of it in this.
I think that tears him up.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
he's been on very much a journey throughout the season in particular, and he's kind of on the receiving end. He's finally starting to see the folly of his actions.
I think he goes back to being the same A-Train that we got before, without his brother's direction, without his brother's love. He goes off the deep end too, and then of course Deep is already off the deep end because now and Homelander probably can't even use Deep anymore because he probably have negative points because of what his ex whatever she was.
Yeah,
on the book
too
tour.
deep or whatever.
Mhm.
That's so stupid.
Oh man.
Real quick, Battle Rifle says something kind of interesting. He goes, also I kind of learned something that left a sour taste. You mean to tell me the only thing we really needed to do was record Homelander to expose him
the entire time?
That's kind of interesting because they had footage that exposed him, and he even said, he goes, okay, yeah, release the footage, and then I'm gonna tear up the world, and then it'll be your fault. And then they kind of still do it, but he doesn't go in on it. They pretty much called his bluff, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, but once again,
now,
the Fox News thing just kind of just changed it. They put a spin on it, and it was like,
spun it around. Yeah,
but yeah, I think what he said next is the thing I was going to bring up. Ashley,
with the Ashley,
does she have cancer?
Does she have cancer
when she pulled that wig off?
That wig off.
I thought it was just from her stress.
From her stress, because
pulling her own hair out.
Yeah.
She ran out of hair.
I just figured she was stressed because she's constantly under the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the Deep can run into an ocean, and A-Train can just run away.
And
she's
screwed
with
an octopus.
Yeah.
We're gonna find.
Oh my god.
That was, and thank God he calls him out on it.
Yep.
Like he's like, and even A-Train's like looked at him like, what? I thought that was kind of funny. Oh, really quick, yeah. Going back with A-Train. What's gonna happen next season with him?
I think he just goes off the deep end. Even worse.
I'm
Without his brother's love, I don't think he can fight back because he almost fought back this season. I don't think he can fight back.
He might kind of be between a rock and a hard place. You're right, Brian, especially with his brother basically disowning him having Black Hawk's heart within him. Basically, he's now a puppet for Vought. They're going to make that biopic and all this other stuff. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he does regress to the type of character that he originally started out as, or he just continues on his redemptive arc to an extent and is just really like sinks into despair and self-loathing. I think it's going to be it'll be one or the other. I think
it's so weird because we can't even use the comics to kind of give us an idea what's happening next season because now that A-Train's still alive and he's apologized to Hughie, Hughie's not going to kill A-Train because that's how he dies. He dies by Hughie killing him for Robin.
Yeah.
Hughie's in love with Starlight. He's already got an apology for Robin.
Yeah.
A-Train is in the clear, really.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what's going to happen with A-Train.
It makes you wonder, like, could you even? I think we talked about this a while back. Might even be a possibility that he ends up joining the boys.
He could. I thought that would be more of a possibility if his brother was alive.
Yeah.
Oh, his brother is alive. It's just.
But his brother joined him. Sorry,
his brother joined him, help him out, push him.
Yeah, and now he's not in his life anymore. He's
one thing when you were talking about like with Hughie and A-Train. I just realized because of A-Train, Starlight's ex-boyfriend is dead. So A-Train directly killed one, like Hughie's girlfriend, and indirectly killed Starlight's ex, boyfriend.
Which just brings them together so that they'd never be with them.
Yeah. So is she mad? You know, like, is she gonna be like, no, I don't forgive you. You know, like,
which I'd ultimately, obviously, I definitely understand that, and they even had a brief interaction this season in the aftermath of that. A Homelander ruined my boy A-Train's milkshake. He sure did. That it's nice. It's nice that somebody was as irked by that as I was.
yeah. Like, oh, come on, man.
And that was a milkshake from In-N-Out, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Battle? Was that In-N-Out? Or am I tripping?
I
Oh,
thought it
was it?
was his own milkshake. I thought it was his own meal
Yeah.
at that place.
I know there was like a name drop of somewhere. I think, but yeah.
So, do you think we're going to start next season with the 7? I'm just asking. Are we going to start with the 7?
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Oh yeah.
I actually think you're right. I think he's right.
They make some pretty good shakes.
Yeah.
Not as good as Culver's, but they're all right.
Not as good.
I don't know if they'd start with the 7 or what's left of the 7 at this point. They could.
Think about it. I mean,
he's gonna rebuild.
Does he rebuild, or does he just say, "This is my own family, me and Ryan against the world"?
I could really see that happening. That's kind of the vibe that I got the way this season ended. It's just going to be, Homelander and Ryan. Homelander even said he didn't need any of those guys. So I think they might run with that. I could see them running with that.
Yeah.
It's the 7 is just unless he gets like a new team members, because the crew is pretty much fractured now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He takes these new guys that only listen to whatever he says, and he has people that he can push. The problem about being alone is that you have no pieces on the chessboard.
Yeah.
No one to get mad at.
You can't just go tell the Deep to go kill the vice president nominee. So we even talk about it, just like he just killed him.
Yeah. What do you think about that? If Veronica is running for vice president, so obviously she's kind of replacing Vic the Veep from the comic. Like she's the insider for the company. That's gonna be president. What do you guys think about that? Because that was kind of.
So she's gonna get elected vice president. She's gonna blow up the president's head, and then blame somebody.
The boys.
Yeah.
We could blame the boys. She could blame Homelander. She can control all of that. She could decide who she wants to blame.
Yeah.
I don't think she would blame. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I liked that. It adds legit, like, even higher stakes for the following season. Not the final season, we don't know that yet. For the upcoming season. So because who knows what she'll do, or whose head she's going to explode, or so I kind of I didn't even see that coming.
No. Well, I was gonna say I don't see her blaming anybody in the 7 or Homelander, because Homelander right now is Vought, and she's still connected to Stan, who still wants the company back, I think. So I think she's gonna make him not raise him up, make him look better, but she's not gonna attack him, and she's gonna because technically Vought still needs to be in a good place.
Remember, she's the one that made the deal with Homelander, and Homelander tells Deep to go kill the guy, so she becomes the vice president nominee. So Homelander put it all in rotation. He's the one that made it all happen. Homelander getting Deep to kill the right vice president nominee, got her, Veronica, in there. She's I said Veronica, but got her as the vice president
in there. So, Battle Rifle, why didn't Butcher just explain that you can kill Homelander, but no kids allowed? I don't think he was thinking about it. I don't think he thought.
I don't think he was giving Ryan authority, nor did he know he would be there. That's what I just kind of assumed.
But he also made it seem like I would, like, the last time I saw Ryan, like, if I was like Butcher, I'd be like, he hates Homelander. So, like, I think that was a very good twist. Where Homelander found him, which is what he got from the deal with making with Veronica. Is he found
Victoria.
out
That's why I keep on saying
Victoria. Yeah, Victoria.
It's my fault.
Yeah, Victoria. Yeah, it needs to be act.
She does.
Well, that's what that the best way to end the season with Butcher. Like that was the best way.
Yeah.
Just,
Carl Urban just plays the crap out of this role. I love him so much. Like his little maniacal grins, especially. He's so good in the role.
I thought he was gonna put his hand up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm waiting. He's like, yeah, me too. I'll let it go.
But yeah, this season overall, I was very, very happy with. Might even be my favorite so far.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's rate this. Rate the boys season, this whole season right now.
Okay.
Yeah, season 1, rate it.
Season
3 of the boys. What do you rate it? I want Brandon. You go first.
I'm absolutely giving this a now. If I could add to that, I'd give it like a now plus. I rewatched every episode at least probably at least 3 times in the interim of waiting for the following one. I love that. I loved the character arcs. I loved how it wasn't shock value just for the sake of being shock value. It worked in terms of the narrative. I can't say enough good things about it. I thought it was well acted. It kept me invested. I don't even think at any point I was even looking at my phone on any episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I was, I have my phone like either face down or in the other room on the charger. So, I very, very much love this new season. It had me totally invested. And by the end of each episode, I'm like, holy crap, or dude, like, what just happened? I was in a perpetual state of holy crap. And I loved it. And very, very seldom does a season of TV do that for me. I think this was legitimately the first time watching an entire season of something really, really did that to me. And not even the previous seasons of this show, as much as I loved it, did that for me.
I don't know. Stranger Things pretty much did that to me too. So this is
newer new season came out.
Yeah, Stranger Things. This is real close. The boys this season, Stranger Things. I don't know. It's neck and neck for me. I don't know.
Definitely. It just wasn't factoring in Stranger Things just yet because I don't know where Tank is at with it.
I'm still.
You're still. Yeah.
Well, you go. You tell us what you think about this season. Yeah. What do you have so far for the boys? What do you rank it?
Oh, this is definitely a now. I mean, this is so freaking good. It was like Brandon said. Every episode, you're just like, where's it gonna go next? What's gonna happen? Like, I didn't play a video game on my phone. I wasn't distracted by anything. And it's not because like I didn't have it by me. It's because this was like I didn't want to miss anything. And there's a few episodes I rewatched because I want to see what I missed, because there was parts where they throw a lot of stuff at you, either the violence, or background stuff, especially at Herogasm. So yeah, I mean, like super now, it's and I know Brandon said it before. It's like this is one of those times where the reimagining or the live action is probably better than the source material, because now that I know the comic, I love the comic. Like now that I finished it and everything, like it was super awesome. This though, it gets into deeper things, and just them taking the temporary V was a big deal. It pissed off Mother's Milk and blah blah blah. Where in the comic, it's
the same storyline over and over again.
Yeah. Like they all have some powers, just not crazy power. So here it becomes more of an issue of like, no, we're not like them. So yeah.
The boys comics was more like X-Men You know, like people with powers, and it's more like that. And this TV show is off the deep end. It's crazy.
No pun intended, right? But yeah, I really like it. In comparison to the source material, which I love too, but this has been really, really, really good. I can't. My complaints about the show are very minimal at this point, and that goes for this season in particular. It just had me totally 155% invested from beginning to end. I thought Laz Alonso got to shine a lot more as Mother's Milk.
Yep.
I think he's been kind of like a downplayed character in previous seasons. And with like his facial tics, especially how he reacted to Soldier Boy and seeing him, emerge from that tank in what was that, episode 4, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of his acting has been very, very great this season, and we've never seen a whole lot of him. He's always been like kind of like one of the straight man character, and it was good to see kind of that vulnerability, and he's always in a constant state of calm, and things are getting real in a show where a character is calm and reasonable as Mother's Milk starts getting pissed off and starts losing his cool. So, I dug it, man. I really loved this season.
So, I think a story or a show is good where every character, someone has a character they can relate to. So that's what's going on now with The Boys.
Yeah,
they have all these characters. You think having too many characters is a problem, but it's not, because every person around can relate to somebody that's in the show. Good or bad, no matter what, you could relate to that person. And I think that's what really captures someone. And that's why it's captured America. I think that's capturing so many people and are watching it and loving it, because you could relate to at least one person out of The Boys.
Yeah.
And you can hate somebody on the other side, at least one person that you've seen, that you've dealt with something just like that. So you have the hero complex and you have the villain for everybody. Everyone can see one of those everywhere you look.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's made it so special right now. So it does have shock value. It does have these, whoa, I can't believe they showed it on TV. But it also has a character for you. And your mood might change. And it might be a different character later.
Yeah.
And they've able to do they've made these characters so well rounded that and had these different arcs every season. That's allowed you to enjoy even a different person every season you've watched it. It's
Definitely
not the same. So as you said with Marvin or Mother's Milk, we didn't know nothing about him. He went home. He clocked out at 9:00. He went home. That was it. He was out.
Yeah.
Now we got to understand everything about him. Hughie, we just thought he was a punk. He just went home and he ate some cereal with his dad because he never moved out. He was just a loser. And now we see he's the whole reason why it all stays together.
Yeah.
We see Frenchie, he was just a douchebag, and really he's a man and falling in love and showing, understanding his feelings and accepting his own badness as not being that bad, and finding someone who could love him on a different level. Kimiko's not just an animal. She's helping Frenchie understand who he is.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, it's so many levels on every single character. It's amazing. Even Butcher, as much as he's just one thing, he's not just one thing. He's still fighting these same demons, and we dive into that. And they did all that without making each show about each one character.
Yeah,
they somehow did that organically. And that's why I think it's not just a now; it's a stay up all night and watch it every time it comes out.
Yeah,
all 8 episodes.
Plow through this. Put down your phone. Watch it a couple times.
No, see, and I disagree with you guys. You say you didn't look at the clock. I did look at the clock because I was like, man, there's only 15 minutes left. Man, and I was like, "It's only 8 minutes left. No, I need more." That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
was like that when that first name popped up, or like directed by blah blah blah. I was like, no, like 10 more minutes.
And I
Like a
was
kid
like,
refusing to go to bed.
Stop making me wait weekly. Just put all these episodes out. I need to see this. I need to see this, and I need to see it now.
No, or
I mean,
you're watching in 7 hours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, what else are you gonna do for a weekend? Like, there
Right?
was your Saturday, or at least Saturday morning, afternoon, and then that's it. Well, yeah. I mean, I want more. I want 8 more episodes, like right now. Like,
Yeah.
I want season 4, season 3.2, whatever. Like I don't know. It's just really really good.
Yeah,
But
it better not be another near 2-year wait for season 4.
Not gonna
no.
wait.
Not gonna work.
Well, like Carl Urban said, they're gonna start filming pretty soon, which is good. So I think Amazon knows. Well, I think they should have known after season 1 what they had, and like, okay, no, we're signing contracts. You're filming this shit nonstop for the next couple years.
Yep.
But now I think they're like, no, like we need to go. How many more seasons do you think it has left in it?
I'd say one to 2 more would be my cap off. Probably 2 max. I think that would be a good stopping point.
2 max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably 2, maybe even 3, depending.
Like 2 to 3.
Is one if it finishes next season, I think you're gonna upset a lot of people because there's still a lot of story that you're gonna put in 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah.
I can see another like 18 to 24, 26 more episodes.
Mhm.
I say 2 full seasons, and the 3rd season is going to be a shortened season. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those, like, it's only 6 episodes of this season, and we're going to close out everything.
Yeah, kind of like a Game of Thrones type of style.
Exactly.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Or just do what Stranger Things did and just release like a 2.5-hour episode, / movie.
Hey, I watched every. You know what? I watched all that, and it got to the end. I was like, it's over. What do I do now?
Volume 2 was essentially 2 feature-length films, basically.
And so they I don't know if we want to go on to get into that, but they already said that they're not going to film the next season like that. They'll be shorter, hour-long shows. But
I'll be good with that. This is going to be the last season. I'm fine with that.
See, I want more. I want you to give me everything. I want an hour and a half every season, and then the last one, I want 3 hours. I'll be there all 3 hours.
Oh, so here, let me see if The Boys has a Rotten Tomatoes since we're doing our ratings.
Yeah, let's check it out.
The Rotten Tomatoes season, because it should have it. Let's see. Oh, holy crap! All right.
Victoria's hot as hell though.
Yeah,
and she's attractive. Yeah, she is Farrah from Modern Warfare, the video game. So
I didn't even place that. She sure is.
Yep. Yeah. I read it somewhere else, and I'm like, oh yeah, because Modern Warfare brought in a lot of people, like semi-famous actors and a few influencers and stuff to motion cap. Snoop Dogg recently. So
yeah, I didn't even place that.
Yeah. Let me share this real quick. So this show is killing it. Oh, let me take this down.
What audience is only getting 86?
Yeah, audience only give it 86, which is kind of crazy. But the critics give it 97.
Mm-hmm.
Both still super, super high. But
I thought I was gonna see 97, 96.
I did too.
Talk to some mothers, and the mother's like, it's too much violence. I can't do it.
That might be what a lot of it is. Or this too. Here you go, Jose. Too much politics. Leave the politics out of TV, please. It's
your real
people
life
in power. Yeah, but it's not only it's just people in power.
It's people. Yeah. What do you
No, I know what type of people are saying this.
Yeah, of course. First 2 seasons were good. Now the show became a liberal political show. So you get a lot of that show. And then obviously you get like people like Kevin. One of the best shows on TV.
I said you see yourself in this show no matter what.
Yeah. Well, here this one actually seems like a little bit more an actual one. I don't know. I haven't read it all. But he goes, I dislike the original graphic novels as they had weak storylines and came across like they were written by frustrated middle school incels who just wanted shock value. The artist, the writer for the boys, I'm drawing a blank on his name. He's a great art comic book
Garth Ennis
writer. Yes.
Yeah, Garth Ennis.
Yeah. So
he did like some of my favorite Punisher runs.
Yeah,
very, very similar.
So he's stuff very similar to this. And he's done other stuff, which is awesome because he's done so many other superheroes, and then he comes in here and he like draws them in the background and stuff like that. Like there's one part, there's one panel where the boys are in there and there's a bunch of dead superheroes, and you see Bulma and Vegeta like laying on the ground. Obviously, it's not them because you can't put it, but the character design, and you're like, there's Goku. You'll see different things all the time. But he said, watch the series to see how they would portray it. Happily surprised with first 2 seasons. Season 3 went off the rails for me. They're trying too hard for shock value like the comics and pandering to political divide for extremely naive fashion. Also, the story became predictable and dialogue just to have, I don't know, kind of goes on. But yeah, he said, seeming more concerned with portraying political right as evil and as opposed to intelligent storytelling.
That's what people would be upset. That's exactly what it would be.
My issue is you're seeing the correlation and you're saying, oh, well, that's not true. But it was like, no one's saying that this is, this political belief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're putting that together. So by you putting that together, you're not putting one and one together, so it's like, because you could easily also do like very Nazi, you can easily like Homelander, and they call him a fascist. Yeah. They've done the Nazi thing. So it could easily be just a Nazi thing, like they've done it before where they show Hitler, playing with his kids because they wanted to like, oh, see, he's not that bad of a guy. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. They can easily say that, but you're connecting these dots that they're just kind of.
They're still inferring. I'm not as much as I would say. They're still inferring,
but
you
not
see it
flat
too,
out.
That's what I'm saying. You see it too.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it seems like. But it mostly,
well, it's
a bad review.
If you don't see the mirror, guys,
yeah,
I'm just saying it's a mirror of what we're seeing now.
Yeah, I mean, this one said the finale is a huge disappointment. When money are more important than sane and good story. I don't know what I mean, but.
I think the story was okay. I just thought I actually wanted more action. My opinion is totally different. I think it could have been more action and less of the story. It's just
I could see that. There, like I said, there could have been more out of the final battle, but
besides that, it was good.
Yeah, overall, I was very, very happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it kind of made sense because the last couple episodes, Butcher is trying to have this internal fight with I don't want to be like my dad type of thing. I don't want to be this evil kind of person, but also at the same point, you are, and so.
And then seeing Hughie as his little brother, and that's exactly what it looks like.
But then actually seeing his wife's kid becoming like the person who ruined his life, and
it's being his fault because he pushed them away. He asked for him to be my father figure, and he pushed him away, and that's what's going to have to eat at him.
Yeah, he kind of walks that fine line in like teeter-totters. I think he's very much like the ultimate anti-hero archetype.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here's I finally found a rating, a 1-star rating that doesn't have to do with like political stuff. It said the plot lines between Kamiko and Frenchie are so boring. I often forget they're still part of the show. They're forgettable. Lots of genitalia here for no reason. The boys often show shocking stuff, thinking that they'll entertain the audience. Yawn. So
I can understand. I can understand that point
I
of
can
view.
understand that. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of reasonable. Me personally, I think that the shock value works very much and is even functional in the narrative. You
Yeah.
know,
mhm.
we're talking about, let's face it, this is probably how a lot of superpowered characters would be if they existed in our world.
And that's exactly how the world would
Would
react
would react
if
to
they
that.
existed in this world too.
So yeah, that's the reason I'm enjoying this take, and that's the mentality I entered the show with. And that's kind of that's kind of the mindset I maintained from the very first episode I watched.
People are talking about a lot. They said all the right wing stuff. Did anyone talk about how Maeve got free because she said the LGBTQ got behind me, and that's how they released me. I got out because of that. Like
Yeah.
it was both the far left and then the far right. It's just because this is what it is.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, that's
Yeah.
what the world has. We have both the far left, the far right, and most of us are in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's real life.
You know, and if it's going to reflect real life, that's what it is. So I don't know. I don't worry about anything. Sometimes I like my entertainment. I like it that it reflects, it makes fun of our world. And that's okay. I think that's okay to do.
Yeah, because ultimately, just film, TV shows, it's an imitation of life at times, in certain aspects of our everyday lives, whether it be, same-sex relationships, politics, stuff like that. We encounter these things on a regular basis anyway. So I'm not sure why people.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you so much, man. So I can't really piss and moan when we see it represented, you know, in our art. I don't think there's any harm in it from unless it's like
I mean,
really, really, really trying to shove some agenda down your throat.
This
We see this in our normal lives anyway.
this
So
is not Starship Troopers.
yeah,
And this is a reflection of us. This is not just propaganda all the time.
propaganda.
So
Yeah,
and I think that's as long as you can accept that,
which
you're fine.
which I did appreciate Starship Troopers for, by the way, because it very, very much satirized propaganda and that sort of
Exactly what it was. It
Yeah.
was hilarious.
It was
Starship
great. It
Troopers
was
is
great.
one of the
Oh, it was
greatest
so funny.
propaganda movies ever.
Oh yeah, and Paul Verhoeven has always had that kind of satire in pretty much all of his sci-fi movies. But that's neither here nor there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I would
I
agree.
appreciate, and especially in the context of the boys with the Vought Corporation, that sort of thing, how the public's reacting to the Seven,
And how the
what's
corporation is you pulling the strings behind it.
the strings behind it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Starlight, basically being a whistleblower. So
Yeah.
the
It's kind of making fun of Amazon itself. It's
yeah,
like like, oh, it's a horrible company, but you're still gonna love it, and you're still gonna use it, and you're still gonna, yeah,
we're still gonna
and
get
then
rid of
yeah.
I mean, you think of Starlight, she's a down home country Christian girl.
yeah,
That's what she is, and she's the one's really, saving everything. So
yeah,
I mean, I think it's fine. I think they're good on both sides. I think all that, whatever. If you worry about too much, if you look for it, you're gonna find it. But
exactly,
it's fine.
exactly.
And this is a show that I've enjoyed to watch, and this has got to be. Strange Things is probably my favorite show I've had this year.
Mhm.
This is second.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things just friggin'
And I watch everything.
Yeah.
I literally watch everything.
yeah.
But-
So happy with this
Yeah.
season of Stranger Things too, man. Just even though the season finale just basically emotionally broke me, but yeah, man, The Boys. This is easily one of my favorite shows right now. Easily, there's no question about that.
Tank will understand what we say one day. When he finishes Stranger Things, you'll know. I'm telling you, his expression on his face will change. All of a sudden,
we're gonna have a talk about this, Tank.
his
One of
heart
these days.
tomorrow.
is going to change. Like you're gonna be like, I can't believe this stuff happened. What are they doing? This is crazy. Tell you, it changes you. It changes you.
Yeah, there you go. Even like chat, everything is freaking great.
It was great, right, Chad?
It literally changes you. I'm telling you, as a man, Tank is gonna look different.
Yeah, you're legit gonna come out of this show a whole new person, dude.
Yeah. Well, I already kind of saw the guitar solo part.
Yeah, but that's a small part.
That's just a small part. But also
but it was so epic. It was
obviously I'm a fan.
You saw the accent.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I need people.
I saw it.
And I think they're already doing this, but all that energy people have for Kate Bush, I want to see that for Metallica.
It is. Oh, they're here. Let's finish up the boys, and we'll get into some other stuff because I see we're talking some other stuff in chat, and I think we've been already going on boys for boys. But that's it for the boys this season 3. Make sure you guys leave a comment, let us know what you guys thought, and then stick around if live in chat, and we'll keep talking about Stranger Things and all the other stuff. All right. Yeah, because we're already going kind of off.
Guys, Stranger Things. Tank has not seen it all.
I have not seen.
He's not seen hardly anything. So let's not give him too much information because this is probably the best season of Stranger Things that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go away. He's gonna bring the axe. I bet you he has the guitar. I bet. I knew it.
So he's playing Metallica, my favorite band, on a guitar that I have. So yeah,
that's badass. That's so amazing.
I knew it.
I was like, yeah. So yeah, he's I saw that, and I didn't know in the trailer. I think they didn't show what song it was. It was just they showed him playing on there.
No, it was a complete mystery. So I'm like, what's I was wondering because I was thinking it was going to be, I could have seen it being obviously Metallica. I could have seen it being Iron Maiden.
I thought it was going to be Iron Maiden, especially for the time.
Yeah,
the time period, it makes sense.
I didn't rule out.
Make sense for me.
Yeah, I didn't rule out the possibility of it being like Sabbath or something like that, but I kind of ran with Iron Maiden ever seeing the character of Eddie be introduced.
Exactly.
But Metallica was a.
I love Metallica too. I don't know if you guys really. Master of Puppets is my favorite song. I mean, it's the perfect metal song.
My favorite Metallica song is probably it's a tie between either Blackened or Battery, and I have Battery I listen to Battery every day anyway because it's on my workout playlist.
Nice, that one gets you going.
Yeah, Battery kind of gets me through my day to day, anyway. So, and there's a pretty cool remix of For Whom the Bell Tolls on the original Spawn soundtrack. There's a remix of it by with Metallica and DJ Spooky.
That's all.
Was it? I don't know, but I forgot about that. Holy crap, that's kind of old.
Yeah, that soundtrack was amazing.
Oh yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll hear. Is that Fade to Black? Yeah, Fade to Black is another one of those.
Nice.
So I know where did Derpy say? Derpy asked, when's the Stranger Things review, fellas? So we gotta do it sooner than later because right now everyone's still talking about it, so we can't let the momentum die and then we decide to chime in.
And then we decide to jump on the train.
Yeah. So it's definitely gonna be sooner than later, either with or without me. So hopefully with me. But
we're trying to get a look, guys. Wednesday right now is open. We don't have anything to talk about Wednesday. And
other than Miss Marvel.
I think that's what we said we're gonna do. So this Wednesday we're gonna do Miss Marvel finale, that one, and then the following Wednesday we'll do. See, that might be.
I don't know. That's too long. I think we could do Miss Marvel and we should do Stranger Things right afterwards. And Tank, that's all you have. Like 15 minutes to watch. And you know, and honestly, you don't have to watch all of it. At least do part 1. You
Is
get
part
through
1 better than part 2?
They're both really
Which one's
good.
better?
I think they're about this. I think they're about the same in quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 1 is special. And like that's why people were like, I can't believe what. So do part 1 and then we'll do part 2, even if it's a couple days later.
Okay. I know once I start watching it's just gonna be nonstop.
It's going to be
Like,
it rolls downhill. Like literally, there are a couple nights where I was like, "Damn, that's the sun. I gotta go to sleep."
You could even say, Brian, it's running down that hill.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
that's on my list.
You know, I really like.
Oh, it doesn't have to be on your list. It has to be done.
It's gonna be right now. Watch it right now.
I really the Marvel fan in me really wants to see the Duffer Brothers do Ghost Rider for the MCU. Just from a visual standpoint, I want to see the creators of Stranger Things tackle Ghost Rider. Just because I think like visually Ghost Rider himself would look awesome. They're really good with that supernatural type stuff anyway. I want to see them do Ghost Rider. Let them do it.
That would be cool.
I'm not against it.
They need to reboot Ghost Rider. There was something else. Sorry. Chad's saying got to go volume 2 though.
Volume 2 is good, but you need volume 1 before you can see volume 2. So you have to see it.
Volume 2 is better than volume 1. Better.
Or just lay aside ample enough time, Tank, and just watch it all.
Yeah. Because I watched. It was super cool because I watched the first episode of part 1. So the first episode on the 4th of July, we were outside. I always spend outside on the 4th or like that weekend with my dog. So like I desensitized him to the fireworks, so I don't have to deal with a scared pup, which really sucks. So he's usually good. I have a TV outside on my garage. Yeah. So we were watching like something, and my girlfriend's like, "Well, let's start watching Stranger Things." So we watched it outside, and I just blasted it, and it was good. It was like
you gotta be careful doing that. You're gonna have neighbors coming over. You're gonna be looking over the fence. That you'll turn around like you on episode 3. You're gonna turn around. It's gonna be like the entire neighborhood just like
what? Just all watching.
Everyone watching. Like, man.
I bet the opening theme music hit different outside on a big screen, huh?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's not a big screen, but it is it's like a 42 inch, 40 something inch. So it's not too big, but it was pretty cool because I had it blasting. Yeah. So the music came on, but then there's the part where like Chrissy gets in trouble and she's screaming and shit. So I'm like, oh, volume down.
So please come up.
Yeah, I think there's a disturbance.
So I'm just giving you have homework. This has to be done. I'll make a deal with you. You finish this stuff, I'll finish the website. You get that done, I'll get the website done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to join them. I'm helping out with the website as well.
So I went to the Metallica concert in 2017. Mm-hmm. I was this close. So there's the pit in here. This is not zoomed in or anything. Like there's a mic stand right here. I'm not gonna play it because we will definitely get copyright strike
immediately.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. That's a good shot. I mean, I was so close. It was so fucking cool. If it ever plays.
I'd love to see Metallica live, by the way.
Yeah. I'm literally right there. I'm like this, like right there, man. Like I got the set list. I got the set list from that show. But yeah, I mean, right there's the stage. He's right there. I mean, so it was the coolest fucking thing. Even my girlfriend, who's kind of like a casual fan. I mean, yeah, like right there's a security stage, and me. She was like even saying like, yeah, that was a pretty awesome experience. I was like, yeah, you got to see like one of the best bands ever. Right there,
being that close,
is
exactly what happens. Yeah, being that close.
Yeah. So that was super fun.
Love to check them out live.
Yeah. I saw them live a few times already. But this one by far the coolest. You know, just because they were so close. You know, one of the opening bands, they did their thing, and then he ran down that little stage that's right there, and I'm like, holy shit, they are like close. Like if he reaches out and I reach out, we're gonna touch each other. So I was like, I didn't realize, like, I'm like, and then like then I got excited because I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna see them like right here. So
he was running because he wanted to get his seat. He's like, I gotta see this too.
Yeah. The Fish. I don't listen to Fish.
I don't think I've ever listened to any Fish at all. I've never listened to one Fish song.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I you know, I know they have their fans, and it's not there. Yeah, I'm not into the. I just never really got into them. I don't know anybody who really listens to them either. So that's another thing. But I do want to talk about some of the Comic-Con stuff.
Definitely.
That might be one of our Wednesday shows.
As long as we do straight. Look, I'm just letting you know, Strange Things has to happen. You got to do it. You have to buckle down and just do the homework and just enjoy watching the sun come up. And I want to see you. I won't give you. It's gonna be like a Tuesday, and I won't give you the Tuesday off. I'm like, look, Tank, you can't come on. You just gotta go to sleep. Just
watch it. It's his homework.
Like every time you come on, it's gonna be like, nope, gone.
Yeah.
He has homework to do, guys.
Yeah. Like he's doing homework. It's an off week anyway. There's one more question. Where did I do it? Oh, there it goes. You said it's probably off topic. That's kind of like when we change stream. What's your all favorite movie of all time?
Well, that's a tough one because it's hard to kind of pin just one, because I always cheat and I go, can I say more than one? It would be hard to
top 4, not 3, not 5. Top 4 movies all time.
Top
4 movies
quickly.
I need to bide my time so anyone else can go first.
So I gotta say Matrix, Endgame, because I could watch that over and over again. Fight Club.
That's a good one.
Fight Club is one of my favorite. I'm sure there's something else I just can't think of right now. But yeah, those are kind of.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
My top one. No, yeah. Go ahead.
I'd say Infinity War. As much as I loved Endgame, I loved Infinity War. I loved how much I loved the payoff to the character of Thanos in that, and I loved how it kind of played with your emotions. It was kind of an emotional roller coaster, and at some point you think that the heroes, as usual, are going to come out on top, and and then Thanos ends up succeeding. I thought that it caught me off guard the first time. I remember after the first time I watched it, I went home and just poured a drink and just kind of stewed on it for a little. So I loved Endgame, but I liked Infinity War a little more.
Okay, so what's your list now? Give me the 4 right now.
So Endgame, or not Endgame. My bad. Infinity War. Office Space. I've always loved Office Space.
Yeah.
What's the other one? The Departed.
The Departed. That's good.
And I have to get this out of the way first and foremost. I'm not saying the remake to this because I have a love-hate relationship with the remake, but the original Fright Night. I love the original Fright Night.
Yeah, very good list. I like.
I love how like kind of hokey and just fun it was. It's and funny story. One of my cousins actually, when I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, made me sit through the original Fright Night in an attempt to scare me because he liked to like troll me as a kid like that. And I ended up loving it. The worst I could say is that maybe like 1 or 2 parts kind of grossed me out a little bit, but I ended up loving it. And I actually remember being excited for the remake because I liked the cast. And then I'm
can't
like,
remake those type of movies.
no.
Yeah.
And
There's certain movies that you
Ghostbusters.
can't do, like
They-
Ghostbusters, Goonies.
That's on my list.
You don't try to remake those movies. You leave it alone.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be so angry if they ever touch the Goonies or the Lost Boys.
Or the Lost
They are
Boys,
doing
exactly.
Lost Boys.
Exactly.
They're already doing it.
I know, and they shouldn't.
Wait,
That's my point.
they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think like I remember like the kid who played Billy in the It remake is gonna be in it. If I remember.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
So my number 1 is Matrix.
Mhm.
My number 2 is Shawshank Redemption, because I think that's the greatest movie ever actually made.
For sure.
Matrix changed the way I watched movies
Mhm.
and the way I liked action. Shawshank was the best story I've ever seen. 3, I got Endgame.
Mhm.
4, I got The Lion King.
Mhm.
Because that was like my favorite movie growing up. And then I gotta go 5. 5, Inception. 6, Princess Bride.
Nice.
It says enough about
Princess
me.
Bride, definitely.
Full
on that
disclosure,
list.
me and Brandon worked at Family Video. That's all we did was watch these movies.
We sure did. And let me add one to my list since you said Princess Bride, because it got me thinking about fantasy. Labyrinth for me.
Labyrinth is great.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah, it's
also
my favorite fantasy film too.
Family Video was in Stranger Things. At least the first.
I know. I saw it because he works there. I was like, yes, yes.
Which made me think of you two guys. I was like, oh, that's funny. There we got Chad said the Batman.
Wow, number 1 all time.
The Batman, like the new one that just came out like this year. Of all time, The Godfather. Yeah,
Godfather's good. I like it, but you know what? It's in my top 10. It's not my top 5. But I know why people love it. Godfather 2 might be better.
Yeah.
That's why.
Godfather. Yeah,
that's why I can't put in there.
Yeah, I put Prisoners, which I don't remember which one Prisoner is. I got to look that up.
Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Paul Dano, Terrence Howard.
I have the movie on DVD, but
yeah,
I'm just still stunned by 4. I'm stunned.
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 3, big prequel fan. Yeah, not much. I mean, Episode 3 is at least
all
the best
of them. It's the best
the prequels,
one.
Easily the best of the
prequels.
It's the best of the prequels.
Yeah, but I mean, Star Wars: A New Hope is that's definitely on my list because A New Hope just changed my life. Like I'm like that. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm like
Empire Strikes Back is better.
Empire Strikes Back was great.
It's better. New Hope is great. Don't get me wrong, but what you got for Empire Strikes Back? I mean, even at the end, Luke, I am your father. That blew everyone's mind away.
I would have loved to have been alive and been in a theater when that reveal dropped. Can you imagine?
Yeah. I actually can't imagine. And just when people just walking out, they're like, "What the hell did I just watch?"
Right?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Twitter would have blown up. Just would have blown up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't get surprises like that anymore because, like you said, just
you know about
like,
everything before.
Yeah. Like I have to avoid Facebook so I don't get spoiled for anything.
Yeah, I gotta avoid Facebook. I gotta avoid talking to people. I gotta avoid Reddit. I gotta avoid YouTube because I was on my YouTube queue today and people were already putting friggin' Love and Thunder clips on there that I had to go like this, or delete off my queue.
I unfriend people.
No. Which see, then that's like for me, it's like I like fine whatever you want to do a review. I don't have to watch it, but when you put something important in the thumbnail, I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, you're just being an asshole.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. You know, I get why they do it because obviously, like, it's whatever, it's gonna be a big part of the movie or the show, so you're gonna put it in the thumbnail. But I get mad.
You can put it in there and you should cover it with like spoilers.
Blur it out or put something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
I remember one of my buddies.
Sorry. Derpy, this is not a bad list, bro.
Oh, very, very good list, Derpy.
I'm not. I don't hate that at all.
Going number 1, The Dark Knight, which for sure. Number 2,
that.
Die Hard. Yeah,
I love that movie too.
One of the best action movies of all time, like, in my opinion. Number 3, Terminator again. One of the
Terminator
best
2
action.
Judgment Day is the best of all of them. So yes, that's
yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah. 4 Hoosiers and 5 Back to the Future. Dude. You know,
I'm not
comic book. Yeah, that might be the list, man. I think you won.
Yeah.
You know, well, even Chad was like honorable mention The Dark Knight for his list.
But Dark Knight is a great movie.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I feel like The Matrix for me is my favorite movie of all time. I've never walked out of a movie theater saying I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Like everything it was always I've seen something like it. I walked out of The Matrix, looked at my dad and said, "What the hell? That is the greatest thing I've ever seen."
I remember seeing it with my dad. My mom and sister were out of town. My dad and I just had a day to ourselves. We saw it together, and our minds were just completely and thoroughly blown. Theater full of people. It was Marcus Theaters over in Chicago Heights. I remember it very, very vividly. I remember just being like,
no, it literally was. Literally,
that
what
was
happened.
Everybody. That was everybody walking out of.
Everyone's walking out in the days. Like some movies in, you clapping, the cheer. Endgame was over. People were clapping in the theater, cheer. Yeah, it's so good. I remember walking out of The Matrix and everyone looking in the days, like, what the F just happened? Like, wow. Like,
I remember people
later.
Yeah, and I remember people talking about that for like weeks and weeks and weeks on end. I think people were even talking about that because I think it came out in like March that year. People were talking about that until episode 1 came out and beyond. You know,
I think it's the #1 movie. I love Dark Knight though, and I love Die Hard. Derpy, you win because your list is good. I'm not a Hoosiers fan. I like the movie, but it's not my top basketball movie. But your list is just solid.
Yeah.
It's just
because I was like comic book movie, probably one of the best comic book movies. 2 of the best action movies. Back to the Future is just
a great movie.
It's just great time travel movie. I don't think anybody can ever touch it.
It's probably the definitive time travel movie, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, everything gets
everything I know is comes from Back to the Future. I was watching the Orville today, and they're going Back to the Future, and everything I know is from that movie.
It's from Back to the Future.
Yeah. But for sports movies, me being a football fan, Any Given Sunday is probably my all-time sports movie. But Hoosiers, I get it. I get why people love it.
Exactly. Just like I get why you love Rudy. You know, I get why you love Rudy.
Yeah.
You know, mine's probably Coach Carter. You know, but
Remember the Titans.
Yeah, Remember the Titans. Those are my 2. Remember the Titans and Coach Carter. I understand Hoosiers because Hoosiers is great.
Yeah,
I'd say for me either it's Remember the Titans and Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Is Waterboy on anybody's top sports movies?
I almost forgot about Waterboy.
I don't know if it's my top sports movie. It's on my top of if it's on, I'm not going to turn the channel movie.
That's definitely on there. Man, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Who's it? I think Chad asked that question.
Chad did, yeah.
And then one last thing,
man, because I have so many favorite movies. I just picked a couple off the top of my head.
Yeah. What he said, Hoosiers was a original sports movie. Just saying, that's why it's up there. Yeah.
That's
definitely why we can't argue with you, Derpy. Hoosiers and Rudy.
Yeah.
Hoosiers and Rudy. Those are my first one. You know. Thoughts of sports movies.
Yeah, I just like Any Given Sunday because it's just
more realistic.
Off the wire. It's I mean, it's realistic, but also like pushing it really, really to the edge of like how much is it real? I mean, now that we know, right? Now,
I think that's the last Oliver Stone movie that he made. That was really
Mighty Ducks.
Really memorable for me.
Mighty Ducks. I almost broke my whole microphone. Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, I mean, how many like when you were a kid trying to do flying V and everything?
Oh my gosh. But I tried to do
Mighty
flying V and playing basketball. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Football and all that shit.
Football, like, hey, we throw us a little hitch and we're gonna do the flying V, guys.
Yeah.
What? Man, Mighty Ducks. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all right, so we'll probably get going because I gotta wake up early. I gotta do some stuff, and we already been going. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. There's that, but I gotta wake up earlier than that because I got 8 o'clock appointment.
Oh boy.
Because I was a fan of D2 more than the original. Oh yeah,
D2.
I think of the 3, D2 was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, I like D3 more than I like the original. Totally.
Really?
Yeah, I know
D3.
Everyone hated D3. Everyone hated D3, and I like D3 more than I like D1, the first one. The first one I did, I was like, "This is the bad news bears." That's
yeah.
It was. Yeah, and D2 I really loved, and then D3 I liked because I like D2. By that time, I liked the characters. So
I remember thinking D3 was okay.
Yeah. Well, then what's his name was not the coach anymore by then, right?
Yeah, Coach Bombay. And it was sweet deal for Emilio Estevez. He still got top billing in that movie, and he was in it all of what, 5 minutes, 10,
if that. Yeah,
if even that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked the Disney Plus show. I'm kind of disappointed that
it didn't work out.
That Emilio Estevez isn't going to be on season 3.
Well, there's a problem with that. You know what? Until they can't, you can't do it without Charlie. Charlie is the glue. That's the problem. You can't have a Mighty Ducks movie without Charlie.
Yeah.
I think that was my problem with D3. Charlie was kind of getting on my nerves in D3. I think that was my problem with the third one. Charlie kind of got on my nerves in that one.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't captain, and he's like, "Oh, what? You take that?" It was like you got to earn it. I was like, "That's."
Hey, but once again, I was a little brat like that. I ain't the captain. I ain't doing this no more. I'm taking my ball and going home. I was a little brat just like that, and had to realize you can't do anything without your teammates.
It was derpy. They had gotten scholarships to a private school.
Thanks, Chad. We appreciate it.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, have a amazing.
We said we're going to stop, so just to end, Andy, real quick, we loved it.
Yeah. Rewind, go back because we were talking about it a while ago.
Go back because we were definitely singing its praises.
Yeah, but we do love it. And then we'll just end with this because I know everyone wants to watch. Everyone wants me to watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And then Derpy's giving me some advice. He goes, "Tank, my advice before Volume 2. He goes, use the restroom, grab a snack, pillow or stress ball, and lots of tissues. All in, gonna say Tank. That's my advice to you, aka episode 9, only for the advance, only for this advice. Yeah, for the last episode.
Yeah,
you're gonna love some of those characters. I'm telling you. Episode 4. Woo, boy, that's a banger.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Get ready. That's all I'll say. Get ready.
Yeah. So top five. That's that next time, Derby. We are going for almost.
It will be there forever. And M. Night Shyamalan will be on there a lot.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
The Village, The Mist.
Everything he's done.
I'm still grappling with watching Old a couple weeks ago. This man named his rapper character Mid-Size Sedan, and everyone just went with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to know what other character names he. I want to know what other character names he came up. He spitballed before settling on Mid-Size Sedan.
What about After Earth? Do you guys remember that movie with Will Smith and his son and how bad that one was?
Yeah, that was M. Night.
It was M. Night.
The smartest thing in the marketing was that they did not mention M. Night Shyamalan being involved in that when all of the previous movies loudly touted it, and this was right after The Last Airbender. So it, I understand why they would downplay his involvement.
Yeah. Andy said, I think the Mighty Ducks was a prequel to Fringe.
I agree.
Good. No, I just look at it as a sequel. Charlie, he kind of got disillusioned with hockey. Maybe he washed out of the NHL. you know, he tracked down his real father. You know, he did say in the first movie that him and his mom left his father. He found his real father, assumed a new name, and started doing his thing on Fringe.
The whole thing. That's funny.
I'm afraid.
Real quick,
don't start this. Don't start.
So
this.
we'll start our next episode on this one. We'll start our next episode on this one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Wow,
leave
he
it
has
here.
the room
and we'll break down.
5.
I mean, yeah.
You're lying. I never hit you.
Howard the Duck. Yeah.
It was so bad. It was good. I actually liked Howard the Duck.
Same thing with the room, but
Yeah.
So we'll start next episode. Maybe next Wednesday. We'll start.
That's, you know, we'll be here 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That's several hours.
And yeah, so we're all going to meet up tomorrow. It's gonna be like the first like nerd huddle kind of thing. We should. I know some people had to back out, so unfortunately, Will is not going to join us, which sucks, and Marvin, not going to join us, which also sucks. But we should have a full, 20-ish, almost pretty close to 20 tomorrow. So it's gonna be fun. Got a private theater. Gonna see the Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm super excited. Like super excited. So
I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
I hope I can go see tonight. But I will try.
Yeah. Martin is a bot. Sometimes when he does show up.
Exactly.
Yeah. But all right, man. We've been out here for a lot longer. I was thinking, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a quick 40 minutes.
Yeah. When I saw it go past the hour mark, I was like, here we go.
Yep, that's it.
We just gotta accept that that's just the ebb and flow of our conversations.
Yeah. Which is fine. We just cut it down. Yeah. There's gonna be like a couple videos in itself.
Yeah. I think I counted 5 videos. So
yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think I roughly estimated about the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Andy, Chad, Derpy. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.
Yeah. Call it a night.
There you go. Thor was awesome. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Yep.
Cool.
Out.
Yeah. Right. We'll see you guys later.
Yep.
You guys later.
See you guys in the morning. Bye.
Yep.
All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.